with the lackluster evidence that the Israeli government shown proving that the Al-Shifa hospital was a Hamas headquarters and then forcing an evacuation, there's been a lot more pressure put upon Israel to actually justify their actions, which is great. Um, the evidence that they've given is pretty flimsy, and eventually their story will crumble.
Now turning to overseas, the Israel-Hamas war. Israel is under pressure to justify its actions to Al-Shifa hospital during the humanitarian catastrophe. Gaza's health ministry says the IDF ordered them to evacuate, a claim Israel denies. ABC's Patrick Reveal has the details.
Hundreds of patients and other civilians fleeing the Al-Shifa hospital this morning amid conflicting claims over the mass exodus. Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry saying patients and civilians sheltering there were ordered to evacuate by Israeli forces and given just an hour to leave. The Israel Defense Forces denying they gave that order, saying they agreed to a request from the hospital's director to allow those who wanted to evacuate to do so via a secure route. The IDF took over the hospital earlier this week, searching for evidence of Hamas's presence, saying they discovered this tunnel near the hospital's entrance.
This is precisely the reason why we are operating in the compound of Al-Shifa Hospital, exposing what Hamas has been doing beneath and around and inside the hospital, in the hospital compound where we found the bodies of two of the hostages.
About 100.
Okay, they may have found bodies, but does that actually prove that the hospital has been used as a compound for? Because so far, there's been so little evidence proving anything. Even the supposed tunnels have been debunked.
And 20 patients, too fragile to move, were left at the hospital, including nearly 36 premature babies. 5 medical staff staying behind to provide care, and the IDF saying it is giving medical supplies. Amid the worsening humanitarian crisis, growing calls for a ceasefire. But Israel maintains there will be no ceasefire until the 230-plus hostages being held by Hamas are freed. Gil Dickman's cousin is...
Well, if you actually want to free the hostages, maybe, send military into the tunnels to free them. The IDF claim that if they just follow the tunnels, they can find the hostages. Like, doing indiscriminate bombings, could possibly kill the hostages if the tunnels or wherever they're at collapses. But does the Israeli government really care about that? Because it doesn't really seem like it.
One of those hostages.
If there is a chance to do it, and I think there is, it should be acted upon right now, and they should do whatever it means. Because if there are, I can't imagine if there are babies there that can be brought home and they're not doing it. It's absolutely unbelievable. They must do it now.
In Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, protesters Saturday gathering for a rally, calling on the Israeli government to do whatever it can to bring home the hostages. Patrick Revel, ABC News.